All right, let's talk about something pretty incredible. A hidden nerve deep inside your body that basically works like a built-in natural calm button. It's called the vagus nerve.
You ever have those days where you just feel anxious? That jittery, on-edge feeling, even when nothing is really wrong? Or how about that knot you get in your stomach when you're stressed out or under a deadline? Yeah, those feelings are super common. But what if I told you that getting a handle on all that isn't just about trying to think your way out of it? What if the secret is actually a physical part of you, a kind of biological calm button you just need to learn how to press? Well, let's dive in.
So to really get this, we first have to understand why our bodies can sometimes feel like a car alarm that just won't turn off.
So let me introduce you to the main character here, the vagus nerve. This thing is a marathon runner. It's the longest nerve in your entire body. It starts way up in your brain and travels down, connecting to your heart, your lungs, your stomach, pretty much all the major players. Just think of it like a super important two-way telephone line that's constantly buzzing with calls between your brain and your body.
And this telephone line, it's the command center for your body's two main settings, or you could say its two main operating systems, how you deal with stress and how you find calm.
Okay, so on one side you've got your fight or flight system. You know the feeling. Imagine you're hiking and you see a snake on the path. Bam! Your heart starts pounding, you're breathing fast. That's your body getting you ready for action. But then, on the other side, you've got the rest and digest system, and the vagus nerve is the star player here. Once you realize, oh wait, that's not a snake, it's just a stick, this system kicks in to slow your heart rate back down and tell your body, okay, false alarm, we're safe. The key here is that a healthy system is flexible. It can switch between these two modes. You need both.
But here is the problem so many of us face. As Dr. Yufeng Lin from the Cleveland Clinic puts it, that fight or flight alarm gets stuck in the on position. Our body just stays in that high alert mode long after the stress is gone, and it really struggles to flip that switch back over to rest and digest.
And where's one of the first places we feel that stuck alarm? You guessed it, our gut. And that's all thanks to this incredible brain-gut superhighway that the vagus nerve creates.
Okay, now check this out, because this is wild. We usually think of our brain as the CEO, just barking orders down to the body, right? But according to UCLA Health, a whopping 80% of the signals running along the vagus nerve go from the body up to the brain. Let that sink in. Your gut isn't just a passive receiver. It's constantly sending intelligence reports back to headquarters. So when you're stressed, your brain uses that 20% line to call the gut and say, hey, red alert, we need all hands on deck. Shut down digestion to save energy for survival. And that's precisely why chronic stress can lead to very real, very physical symptoms like stomach pain, bloating, or worse. In fact, tons of research now shows a direct link between poor vagus nerve function, or low vagal tone, and conditions like IBS.
So how can we kind of visualize these different states we find ourselves in? Well, there's a popular model out there called polyvagal theory. It's not without debate, but it can be a helpful way to picture things. It basically frames our experience in three zones. There's the green zone, where we feel safe and connected. A yellow zone, which is that fight or flight energy, and a red zone, which is a state of total shutdown or freeze. Now, full disclosure here, it is really important to know that while this theory is super popular in some circles, it's also been criticized by other scientists who say some of its claims don't line up with what we know about biology. So we're just talking about it here as a potentially useful way to think about your own experience, not as hard and fast scientific law.
Okay, so we know the system can get stuck. We know our body is constantly talking to our brain. So what do we do about it? How do we manually turn that alarm off? Well, the great news is there are some incredibly simple, science-backed things you can do right now to activate your vagus nerve and hit that calm button yourself.
First up, the most powerful tool you have with you at all times, your breath. But here's the secret sauce. You have to make your exhale longer than your inhale. So try breathing in through your nose for a count of 4, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth for a count of, say, 6 or 8. That long exhale is a direct signal to your vagus nerve that says, hey, we're safe. It's an amazing way to consciously take control of a totally unconscious process.
All right, for a more dramatic and immediate reset, you can try a little cold water. Seriously, just splashing your face with cold water or even holding an ice pack on the side of your neck triggers what's called the mammalian diving reflex. It's this ancient instinct that instantly tells your body to slow your heart rate down to save oxygen. It's a powerful and super fast way to calm down. Okay, this next one might feel a bit weird, but it totally works. Remember how that nerve passes right through your throat and by your vocal cords? Well, by humming, singing, or even gargling, you create these little vibrations.
and those vibrations gently stimulate the nerve, sending those everything is okay signals right up to your brain.
And building on that same idea, a simple, gentle massage can work wonders. Since we know the vagus nerve travels down the sides of your neck, just using your fingertips to make slow, circular motions behind your ears and then down your neck can be incredibly soothing. The key word here is gentle. This should feel good and relaxing.
And finally, to really tie the mind and body together, things like yoga, tai chi, or even just a slow, mindful walk are just fantastic. They combine that focused breathing with gentle movement, which stimulates the vagus nerve while also pulling your attention back into your body and into the present moment.
Now, it's really, really important that we put all of this in the right context. These are powerful tools, for sure, but they are not magic cures. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like you're building a muscle at the gym. The more you practice these little exercises when you're already feeling pretty calm, the stronger that calm muscle gets. And that makes it so much easier to actually use these tools effectively when you really need them, when you're stressed or anxious. And of course, this goes without saying, but these techniques are not a substitute for professional medical care. If you're dealing with anxiety that's getting in the way of your life, or digestive issues that just won't go away, or you're struggling with trauma, please, it's so important to talk to a doctor or a therapist to get the support you deserve.
You know, the biggest takeaway from all of this is that your body has this amazing built-in capacity to heal and regulate itself. It knows how to find its way back to balance. Sometimes it just needs a little conscious nudge from you in the right direction. By learning about the vagus nerve, you're not really learning some new trick. You're just learning the language your body has been speaking all along. Your body already knows how to find calm. The real question is, are you ready to start listening?